everyone, my name is Rita. Well, today I would like to share with you on reasons why people tend to stay a bit longer in abusive relationship, or some people tend to stay forever in abusive relationships. Well, there are several reasons why people tend to stay in abusive relationships, and we'll look at only 7 of them for today. Why I decided to share with you on this topic is because me and you, as their support system, we tend to blame the victims. We tend to judge them a bit harshly. We tend to make the situation seem as if it's something small, it's something that they should easily solve, it's something that you can easily walk out on. Well, here are the 7 reasons why people tend to stay longer or forever in abusive relationships. The first one is that victims of abuse tend to believe that the abuse or the abuser will change. They tend to have hope that this situation they're in will reduce, or this situation they're in might come to an end. There is this false hope that maybe tomorrow, maybe next year, this perpetrator will change his mind and he will stop beating me, or he will stop insulting me, or he will stop emotionally torturing me. So they hold on to that. And again, we should know that in most cases, it's not every day that abuse is happening in these relationships. You see, there are times when there are good moments in those relationships. There are times when there are happy moments. So the victims tend to hold on too long to the good moments that have been happening in the relationship, hoping that probably maybe the good times will become more than the bad times. Probably these tendencies of beating each other, or behaviors of insulting or emotionally abusing each other will come to an end. So it is quite difficult for such a person to just up and pack up their bags and go. The second reason why people tend to stay in abusive relationship is that it becomes quite dangerous to leave. Yes, it can become life-threatening for a victim to just up and leave. Probably sometimes because the perpetrator has threatened or had threatened the victim that if you ever leave, I will kill you. So the victim knows that if I leave, I was told that I'll be killed. So chances of me being killed become quite high. And yes, studies have showed that during the moments or the times when abusive relationship come to an end, survivors or victims are becoming more likely to be killed about 70 times. Chances of them being killed is more, it's 70 times more higher. So when a person begins to think of all that, when the person begins to debate with all those situations, they fear for their own life, they get scared, and they feel that the best that I can do for myself is I should just stay in this situation, because if I go, I might die. The third reason why people tend to stay in their relationship is because of the shame and embarrassment. Yes, some people tend to feel, if I go now, if I end this relationship, if this relationship comes to an end, what will the community say? They'll say I failed the relationship, I'm a weak wife, I'm not a wife material, or I'm a weak husband, I could not maintain a marriage. So people have these beliefs that are tying them. They feel they'll be ashamed, they'll feel that the society will call them names, they'll be downgraded of their social status. So when people think of all those things, they hold on in this abusive relationship. So the fourth reason why people stay in abusive relationship is because of children and shared finances. Yes, in most cases, people who have children together, they find it difficult to end abusive relationships. They feel that we have kids together. If you go, if I go, who's going to replace the position? Who is going to genuinely love our kids as my partner, or as my husband, or as my wife? So people tend to hold on to such and use children as reasons why they stay in these relationships. And shared finances, yes, especially in a situation where the perpetrator is the sole provider for the family, and the victim probably has no job or even no side hustle or no business, and they heavily depend on the perpetrator's income. So they feel it is better to stay because this is where there is food, this is where there is home, this is where there's shelter, this is where there's clothes. So they would rather stay because who is going to cater for all those things now? You know, I'm a grown woman now, I'm a grown man now. Who will start caring for me if I now begin to move in people's homes? So it's better I stay. So the other reason why people also decide to sort of stay because of financial reasons is that they have shared debts. So we acquired these loans together, and this is our responsibility, it's our debt. So people tend to feel, let us stay together until these debts are paid off. Right. Now, the fifth reason why people also tend to stay in this relationship is because of isolation. One of major characteristics of gender-based violence is that the perpetrator, during the abusive season or time, they tend to isolate the victims. They make sure that the victim has no connection with friends or families. They weaken every connection that the victim has. They make sure that she has no close friends, or he has no close friends or close family members. They become the only person that the victim depends on. So it becomes extremely difficult when it's time to look for help or for support. This victim will have no one to easily call or no one to easily involve in this situation because they have weak connection with family and friends. And then the sixth reason why people tend to stay in abusive relationship is because of the cycle of abuse. Abuse tend to have this cycle whereby there is the moment of the abuse, and then after the abuse there comes a honeymoon phase. And now this is the phase where most people tend to fail to leave, because at that stage the perpetrator will apologize, the perpetrator will promise they'll never do it again, the perpetrator will do nice things for the victim to make them feel that they are safe, it will never happen again, it won't repeat itself. So the victims tend to sort of minimize also. They minimize the situation and they begin to believe that it will never happen again. He was sorry, it was a mistake, he will not do it again, until it happens again. That's when they'll realize that, oh, so it is actually a pattern. And then now coming out from that pattern becomes a problem. Now, the seventh or the last reason why people tend to stay in abusive relationship is because of societal pressure on perfect relationships that are everlasting. So the society has created this image of perfect relationship that are everlasting. So when victims or perpetrators, especially victims, tend to see these social media relationships, WhatsApp status relationship or Instagram relationship, they look so perfect. They look so, wow, no issues that they have. So when a victim sees that, they begin to tell themselves that I will also stay, I will also try to hold to this societal standard and make sure I become this perfect couple we become this perfect couple with my spouse, and we should also forever last. We should also become a perfect couple. We should also become the power couple. We should also, so they tend to want to follow that trend despite what they are going through. Society pushes them to say, you know what, if others have these perfect looking relationships or they are in this everlasting relationship, you also can also be at those levels. If only you stay a bit longer, or if only you endure a bit more of this violence, probably one day you are going to be that perfect couple. Well, thank you very much again for listening and for tuning into my YouTube channel. Please like and share this video. Comment in the comment section. Ask any questions that you have. I will be so glad to answer any of your questions. Share with your friends, colleagues, so that we all learn one or two things. Lots of love. Bye.